What's up everyone, this is CyberKnight 8610 bringing you the review of a Roar of the Sea Emperor structure deck. I know I made you guys wait a pretty good while for this review and if it's worth buying and everything. I was sick and there's been all kinds of stuff going on lately, just busy, and I went ahead and finally have time to make this review. So yeah, for people that may be asking, I better get to this first on this video. I bought this from Otacute.com. There's like their logo. I have a link in the description if you want to buy your own. It's very cool. It's also where I got the poster stuff for that I had the contest over, if you guys remember. And the structure deck's really nice. I really like it. It has some great reprints, of course, like all structure decks, and we'll look over those in a little bit. But also it has some really cool new archetypes like the Atlanteans. Don't know if they're going to get a name change if they ever come to English. Like I said, we don't even have a release date for an English one yet. So hopefully we're getting this. Hopefully it's not going to be like the light and dark structure decks that we never got, that Japan got. So hopefully we'll get this. I really think we will. I have a feeling it will be a little bit like late this year to early next year, and they'll try to release it along with Abyss, which is, I don't remember the whole name of the pack, forgive me for that, but the one that's after Return of the Duelist, because it's based a lot on water monsters in that pack, and of course, so is the structure deck, so they'll kind of go hand in hand. So I have a feeling they're going to do that on purpose for us. So yeah, cannot wait for this to come out. So yeah, let's review some of the cards that are in this and talk about the archetype that this is all based around. First off, as you can see, you get 2 super rares and 1 ultra rare from this set, which is really cool to see that. You know, like, I think that's kind of like what they've been doing a lot lately, which is really nice. Hopefully we'll get the same treatment, of course, with our English release, which hopefully we get an English release. Yeah, though, the Atlanteans themselves, so let's talk about them a little bit first before we start talking about each card, each of the new cards. First off, Atlanteans are really cool because they can swarm the field really easily, actually. They swarm the field with level 3 water monsters, and I think they're all like sea serpents as well, and can bring out their main card, of course, which is really nice to be able to do that, which we'll talk about a little later. Also, Atlanteans were actually first introduced in Phantom of Darkness. There's some fun trivia for you. Atlantean Pikeman was released. You probably already have one. I believe it's like level 2 or 3, I don't know. I believe he was used in some Junk Warrior builds, so I believe he's level 2, if I'm not mistaken. Just a normal monster, not the best in the world, you know, really overlooked. Like I said, you might have seen it like in some kind of Wetlands to Junk Warrior kind of thing going on, but really overlooked card because there really isn't any support for it. But now he actually is getting basically his own archetype, which is really nice. So yeah, they're just based mainly on swarming the field, activating each other's effects to power each other up and to help each other. It's kind of reminds me of Six Samurais because they usually work like that kind of thing, you know, where one has to be on the field to power up the other and stuff. It's an interesting thing. First off, though, let's talk about the main card, which is I will start saying its other name on there. It is Atlantean Dragon Poseidra. I almost called it Sea Emperor Dragon Poseidra, which is one of the little translated things as well. But yeah, it is Atlantean Sea Dragon Poseidra, which is a really cool name. I really hope they keep the Atlantean names to them and don't change it to something crazy. It is a Sea Serpent, level 7, 2,800 attack, 1,600 defense. Its effect is that during your main phase, you contribute 3 level 3 or lower water monsters you control. Special summon this card from your hand or graveyard. When this card is special summoned by this effect, return all spell and trap cards on the field to the hand. If you return 3 or more cards off face-up monsters your opponent currently controls, lose 300 attack for each card returned. So yeah, first off, it's really nice because it's like a giant Trune. Not that hard to bring out either. I mean, you can swarm the field, like I said, really easily with these cards, and it's just not hard at all to be able to get on the field with this card. Plus, being able to decrease your opponent's attack and stuff is a nice little added bonus, which is really nice. And it does, of course, the spell card over there, which we'll talk about now, over to the left right there. We'll go ahead and talk about it because they kind of go together, and that is Atlantean Roar is what its translated name to be. You know, like I said, hopefully we don't have any name changes on this when we get an English version, hopefully. This is a quick play spell card, and you can target 3 level 3 lower Sea Serpent monsters in your graveyard and special summon those targets. You can also summon any other monsters the turn you activate this card. So yeah, the big strategy with this, of course, because you can't just use this card and then summon their main Atlantean card, Poseidra, because you can't special summon, of course. The main strategy, though, is that whenever it's like your opponent's in phase or something, activate this card real quick, because it still counts as their turn. So then you can do that, and then like whenever your turn starts up, get rid of those cards for Poseidra, which is an awesome strategy that I've heard about as well. And yeah, it's just kind of a nice effect like that. Of course, you can also use this for you know, if you wanted to try swarming, maybe. I mean, Black Ray Lancer's actually going to be more useful after these cards are coming out as well. I really like that card too. And I'm glad it might actually be more useful because it requires level 3 water monsters to XC summon into that. So you could even, you know, wait and then like your next turn activate that, or like I said, in your opponent's turn you activate that, and XC summon for even that card. There's a lot of cool strategies to this. It'll help you swarm the field a little easier and pull off some really cool plays with that. So yeah, it's a really nice card, and it's going to end up being, of course, a staple. Now let's talk about the middle card, of course, which is Atlantean Dragon Rider. It's a really cool looking card. It looks like it kind of looks like they're riding on seahorses, but I guess it's supposed to be like a water dragon sort of thing going on. Let's see, it is a level 4 Sea Serpent Water, 1,800 attack, 0 defense. And while this card is face up on the field, while this card is face up on the field, level 3 or lower Sea Serpent monsters you control cannot attack your opponent directly. When this card is sent to the graveyard for the activation of a water monster's effect, add 1 Sea Serpent type monster from your deck to your hand except Atlantean Dragon Rider. See, it has a great ability of being able to search. Like I said, it works with, you know, other Atlanteans out there because, you know, how their effects all work off each other, so that's really nice. And it, like I said, it kind of gives it more of a toolbox feel because you can search for cards you need and kind of adds a little bit more consistency to the deck. What's nice too is that it doesn't have too bad attack. 1,800, that's not bad at all. So yeah, not bad at all on that. So I can't wait to see that card either, and that's probably going to end up being one of the main staples as well. Now let's talk about some of the other Atlanteans. So of course you're getting some other Atlantean cards in there, which are, you know, 3 more that are really interesting. Let's talk about Atlantean Assault Man first, which is the one to our right here, as you can see. He is a level 3 Sea Serpent Water. I believe they're all Sea Serpent Water, so I'm going to stop saying that. It has a 1,400 attack and 0 defense, and if you control another face-up fish, Sea Serpent, or Aqua type monster, this card gains 800 attack. Not bad at all, because they'll make it a 2,200 attack monster, which would be very, very useful. You know, it'll be a powerful monster, being level 3 as well, that helps out with the rest of the whole theme with the deck, so that's very nice. Like I said, that's the kind of stuff that reminds me of Six Samurais. And what's really cool is that if you have 2 of these on the field, you're going to have 2 very powerful monsters out there. And like I said, you could either later go for like things like Black Ray Lancer and stuff too. Like I said, I really hope that card becomes more usable because I really like that XC monster. It's too bad that it's like a really cheap one right now, so go ahead and get them while you can, because I believe it's going to have a bit of a price rise after this deck actually comes out. Now we have Atlantean Marksman, which is of course the middle card right there, as you can see. It is also level 3 and all that stuff, 1,400 attack, 0 defense, Sea Serpent Water. And its effect is, when this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower Sea Serpent Atlantean monster except Atlantean Marksman from your deck. When this card is sent to the graveyard by the activation of a water monster's effect, target 1 set card your opponent controls and destroy that target. So that can help get rid of some of those pesky spell or trap cards that your opponent has face down, which is nice. Using its effect, you know, you can use it with Poseidra, of course, you know, that's how you'll get that effect. And also its ability to, whenever it inflicts battle damage to your opponent, being able to special summon more Atlantean cards, that's going to be a very nice ability, because that gives you a more, like I said, again, more of a toolbox feel to the deck, where you can search out and get the cards you need to get to the field for more powerful plays. So I can't wait for that one either. That is actually very good. It's too bad it doesn't have a little bit more attack, because 1,400 is going to be a little hard to go for that battle damage, but it can still do it. You know, maybe you'll clear off the field with some of your other cards and then be able to go for the direct attack. And now for the last one I'm going to talk about on how the Atlanteans we have here are Atlantean Armed Soldier, which is, of course, the last one, as you can see, over to the left. It is a level 2 one, which is kind of funny. You know, it doesn't really fit with the rest. It's too bad it's not level 3. And it's Sea Serpent Water and all that. 0 attack and 1,600 defense. When this card is placed up on the field, once per turn, during your main phase, you can normal summon a level 4 or lower Sea Serpent type monster in addition to your normal summon or set. So you basically get 2 summons per turn. You can only gain this effect once per turn, though. When this card is sent to the graveyard by the activation of a water monster's effect, you can target 1 face-up card your opponent controls and destroy that target. So it's kind of a similar effect as Marksman, you know, in that way, but it's still very, very useful. The only downside I would say about that card is that it's not level 3. You know, it's kind of better that they all have level 3s because it works more with the theme, but I still really like it. Of course, gaining the extra summon and everything is going to be really great. Another great way to, of course, summon Poseidra. Yet again, you're going to be able to run 3 of those Poseidras really easy and be able to bring them out really easy as well. And man, I hope I am pronouncing its name right. Anyway, so yeah, those are the other Atlanteans. Now let's talk about some of the other stuff. Now that we're talking about the staples and stuff, this is the kind of stuff that will more likely could get changed whenever we get our English release. You never know how Konami's going to do that. Of course, we'll get the Atlanteans, but this is more of the stuff that will get changed, and of course, when we talk about some of the good reprints too. The reason I talk about staples, as always, because it's always good to get some of these structure decks, especially for someone like me that keeps building all kinds of different decks. It's great to have a bunch of these staples. So yeah, a Pot of Avarice, a Torrential, and a Dark Hole is always great to get. That is very easy. I know, you probably already have a billion of these cards, but it never hurts to have some extras. Like I said, of course, if you always build a bunch of different decks like I do. So yeah, it's always great to get those as reprints, and it's really nice how, especially the Avarice, how we're getting that, hopefully. You never know, though. Like I said, these are more of the cards that will probably get changed out. You never know. They usually change at least 2 cards, it seems like, whenever we get our release in the TCG. But maybe they'll replace it with something good, too, though. You never know. Here are the cards that are getting some awesome reprints, which is really nice to see these cards get some reprints. And so yeah, I kind of want to talk about them for a sec. Of course, the first one is Lost Blue Breaker, which is hard to say if you try to say that quickly, which was a secret rare, which is nice that it's going to be a little easier to get because a lot of people are going to start trying to find that card now. So, hopefully it actually stays in the structure deck. These are cards that could get changed out, Of course, Deep Sea Diva, Snowman Eater, and Chain Disappearance. Chain Disappearance is the big trap card, I guess you could say, out of this whole structure deck. It seems like we always get one trap card that is what everyone wants, whether it be Fiendish Chain, Mirror Force, Solemn Judgment. There's so many different cards like that. So this is kind of that trap card this time. So yeah, it's good to see Chain Disappearance getting a reprint. It was one of those cards that a lot of people overlooked back in the day, and that got kind of high dollar because it was out of print. So that's the reasoning on that. So it is nice that hopefully we'll get this in our English version. If we get an English version, I know I keep saying that. We should get an English version, but you never know. So yeah, that is our review on this structure deck. What do you guys think about it? Do you think it's going to be awesome? Are you hoping that it's going to come out for us in the TCG, or do you, just don't really care if they skip this one for us? Are you just not interested in all in it? To me, I think it's going to be a fun one. I don't know if I plan on making an Atlantean deck, although I am interested, I must say. But I don't know. It's still very interesting. It's always nice to get some of those reprints, though, out of there. Like I said, the Avarice and the Chain Disappearance are really great reprints, I think. And even the Lost Blue Breaker, which is really hard for me to say for some reason. So yeah, what do you guys think about this? Are you excited about it? Are you not? Remember, you can get the Japanese one at otakute.com. I have a link in the description, of course, for people that will be asking me on that. I know we'll get a few people asking. And that's where I get my Japanese cards from. And I'll show the logo really quick yet again, even though I already have. There you go. So yeah, also, if you just kind of randomly searched and you found this video, of course, please hit that subscribe button. I'd love to have you a subscriber. If you already are a subscriber, thank you for being one. It's always great that you support my videos. Be sure to try to hit that like button and share this video with your friends. Maybe they haven't heard about the structure deck. And it's always great to hear about stuff before it comes out to the English version of it, which hopefully we'll get. That's the reason I like doing some of these Japanese openings and stuff like this. So yeah, if there are any suggestions you have for future videos, please tell me in the comments, or just send me a message. I'm an average guy like that, so you can just go ahead and talk to me. I try to respond to every message I get, whether it be Facebook or whatever. So yeah, anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you, like I said, if you are a subscriber, and please subscribe if you haven't. So yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I can't say that enough, so later. Hope you've enjoyed my latest video. Be sure to check out the next and previous buttons that are down below so you can see some of the past and future videos that I've made, and also be sure to check out the 2 featured videos that are on both sides of me. Thanks again for watching, and be sure to comment, rate, and subscribe. Later, guys.